So I'm going to be doing something a little different today. I have decided that I am going to talk about the 30th anniversary countdown kit, the advent calendar that is the secret layer. I've been trying to make videos on it on TikTok, but they've all lasted like 5 to 10 minutes, and the most you can do is 3. I was thinking of doing a part 1 and part 2 and part 3 and all of that, but I just thought, no. What I'm going to do is break the whole thing down for the people that I'm not sure if they want to buy it or not. So, spoiler alert, I'm not going to tell you what I think you should do with your money or what you should buy. I'm just going to break everything down, give my opinion, give opinions I've heard, and then at the end, it might be that final decision or something I might say, might go, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to buy it, or do you know what? No, I'm not. So, this is what this video is about. I'm going to go through the entire secret layer, my opinions, what they should have done, what they shouldn't have done, and then overall wrap it all together for you to decide what you want to do when it comes to buying the secret layer commanders. So this is kind of more of a relaxed chit-chat conversation instead of one of those videos that are like, you should buy it. No. So, have the tablet right here. So the 30th anniversary countdown kit is coming out in 5 days of recording, so hopefully I will release this as soon as possible for people to go and watch and decide what they want before it comes out. The release date is November the 14th, 2022, so I think that is kind of, because they did say first come first serve, so if you do want it, you have to be very fast because it still will be sold out. It is currently €164.99. So I don't know what that is in your currency, so you'll probably check the page. So the overview, start on the overview. So some holiday calendars give you chocolate, but how about 3 decades of Magic the Gathering cards? I like that. The 30th anniversary countdown kit is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity celebration for 30 years of Magic the Gathering through the eyes of Secret Lair. 30 years means a set of 30 individual wrapped cards for 30 days to celebrate opening. But what are the cards, you ask? We include one card for each card in Magic Gathering's history since 1993, so it's 1 year older than me. And it shouldn't be a secret layer without cool art, so we've gone through our Rolodex of secret layer collaborations and invited a bunch of them to the party, creating all new looks for every card, but that's still not all. Any card you open has a 30% chance, get it? Question mark, because they're trying to be funny, of being foil, shining as bright as a Decandary Winter Star. Speaking of decorations, we are throwing in some sticker tabs so you have the opportunity to hang the boosters around your house. So that's one thing I do like. So if you have a kid that's into Magic the Gathering, this will actually be good to kind of do like an Easter egg hunt, but with Magic the Gathering single card packs. So come and join us for the special Cracker Pack countdown to the year of the 30th anniversary. They are timed to arrive within the start of December, so you can open them each day. Yeah, December has 31 days, but right now it's all about 30. Or even crack them all at once the second they arrive. However you wish to celebrate, we got the kit just for you. And it says all cards are English only. Next to it is the contents. We want to keep the card secret, but you can click on the images below for a sneak peek. So if this is done enough for you, go ahead. I'm completely fine. Because the next is going to be the 30 cards, what I think. I might skip a few, but I'm going to be going through majority of them, giving my opinions and stuff like that. So if you don't want any of the advent calendar spoiled on you, please go and come back after you open it or buy it or decide not to or not. So we're going to start off with 1993. And it's Silver Dragon. For 4 and 2 red, you get a creature dragon that is a red, that's flying, tap a red. It gets +1 until end of turn, and it is a 5/5. My biggest problem with this, I have the art here. So the art is absolutely beautiful. The thing with this secret layer is, and it's going to be probably the least thing I talk about, is the art is absolutely beautiful. I love the art of majority of these. Some are kind of creepy and not my style personally, but I know that there will be people out there that will enjoy it. However, Sylvan Dragon is kind of overprinted. It's kind of like Lightning Bolt and Swords to Plowshare. I'm kind of sick of seeing them in secret layers or events and stuff like that. However, this is, if I was going to get any of them, this would be the one I would probably get. So we're starting off good. Next is the year I'm born, and it's Mishra's Factory. My biggest problem with this is, one, the art's absolutely beautiful. Lands are acceptable, except for basics. I'm sick of basic lands coming out in secret layers. So Mishra's Factory is getting a reprint in Brothers War. So it's kind of one of those things where if it hasn't been out for a while, I can see a lot of people wanting the advent calendar for Mishra's Factory. And to be honest, I think with Brothers War, they should have done a secret layer with these arts. So the fact it's good for an advent calendar, but I think it should have been its own separate secret layer. 1995, I have no problem with it really. However, as someone that is dyslexic, the only thing I can say is these secret layers, the reason I haven't bought them is because they are very difficult for me to read. But I know a lot of people that do buy them, and a lot of metalheads obviously buy them. So if it's something you want, go ahead. 1996, however, is a very weird card. I love the art and I love what it does. So there's not really much for me to talk about. I just find it very weird to be, because I think for a Christmas Advent 30 event, they could have picked a better card personally, and it could have been more of a Christmassy theme, but there's not much for me to say. When it comes to the 1997 card, again, absolutely beautiful. I've never really seen or heard of this card, but it's one of those, the art's good, it does a decent thing. I'm not saying it shouldn't be in, but it's one of those cards where it's, do you know when you buy a secret layer and there's 4 cards, but there's only really 3 or 2 you want, and there's 2 you kind of accept? That is a very accepting card, especially because you would probably buy it because of how it looks. It's a very beautiful card. So let's go on to 1998. So 1998 is Smokestack. This is one of the cards that I have no problem with. It's got beautiful art. It's a good enough card for a secret layer. I know a lot of people that would probably use this. Probably the least card so far that I have a problem with. 1999. I think Squee personally should have his own secret layer after the 4th or 3rd one just got released. However, this is the prettiest art I've ever seen. I would love to see this as its own secret layer. My biggest problem with this advent calendar secret layer so far is the advent, or the cards they've picked, should have been their own secret layer. However, the art is absolutely beautiful. So please, if anyone from Wizards of the Coast is watching this and you're planning on making a Squeeze secret layer, please do, especially with this art. Now we hit 2000, and again, I'm going to pretty much fly past this one. Art is beautiful, and it seems to be a genuine good card for this set. 2001, art is absolutely beautiful. Again, this seems to be more of kind of you buy this secret layer if it was a normal one for the other cards. I've seen a lot of people interested in this one, so this is probably one of the reasons most people will buy this secret layer advent calendar. So going on to 2002, and again, I have no problem with this at all. Art's beautiful, card's good. It is probably one of the reasons most people buy the secret layer. So I'm just going to go straight on to 2003. 2003 is the Chrome Mox, and when they first announced this, they announced 10 cards, and one thing that disappointed me the most is that the 10 cards they've shown seem to be majority of the best cards, and this was one of the reasons I wanted to buy it. So originally I wanted to buy this when I seen the 10 cards, and I was like, if they keep it up to this level-ish, I will buy it. However, I was very disappointed with the other ones they shown. And this was one of the main reasons I wanted to buy it. I've always wanted a Chrome Mox. I find it would be really amazing in my, I have a Queen Bunny artifact deck. So unfortunately, I don't think it's worth the money just to get. I think in total there was 10 cards I was okay with, and like 3 or 4 I was like really wanted. So unfortunately, I'm going to kind of shoot myself in the foot here and not get it, because the 4 cards in my opinion are not worth. It would be really cool if after they done a kind of pick and mix where you get to pick a handful, probably like 4 for the 30 or 45, depending if you want them off oil or not. But I don't think they're going to do that. But if they don't, that's fine. Now we're on 2004. Now, when it comes to this card, I've heard very 2 separate things. And correct me if I am wrong in the comments down below. I have no problem, because I haven't looked into this card this much. But supposedly this card is banned. So if anyone is a Commander player, I think this would be good to get if this is unbanned, which I understand why it would be banned for the era it was banned in and reasons why. However, I think it shouldn't have an overall ban. The art is absolutely beautiful. I would probably get this if it was unbanned. Well, this card is a single if it was unbanned, because the art's beautiful, the card's powerful, and it's very Commander friendly. However, I know the Secret Lair isn't for Commander players, but as a Commander player myself, I will have that look when it comes to these Secret Lairs of why I want them. 2005. I've always had a bit of a problem with this card. I don't know why. I'm not sure if they reprinted a lot. It just seems to be a very meh card, and I not see many people like it or play it, but yet I see it everywhere. It might be modern or any other type of player, but as a Commander player myself, I have no interest in this card. So when I was flicking through this the first time, second I seen Lightning Helix, I sighed and went on to the next one. But the art is beautiful. Again, that's the one thing I cannot do with this, is I cannot say none of the art is bad. So 2006, I find this card is perfect for this set. It is a good and powerful card. It is really good for the year it came out, and the art is absolutely amazing. So this card, no problem. If you want it, I just think personally there isn't enough good cards for me personally to spend the amount it's worth. 2007, Ponder. I'm sick of Ponder. Ponder is a really good card, especially in Commander. Ponder is one of those cards that I will always love and always want to get my hands on. However, Secret Lairs, it's too many. Too many Ponders, too many different versions of Ponder, and I'm sick of seeing Ponder. Even though I do think it should be played more, I think it should. It's like Path of Exile and Lightning Bolt when it comes to any of these events. Too many Ponders. 2008, there's Elf. If you have an Elf deck, I will say it's a must-have. I don't have one myself. I will probably try and get one. However, I'm not spending the money on it, especially if the art is beautiful. I say majority of these will be super cheap as singles after the new year, but that's just me. Or they might eventually kind of do a kind of world release where they'll probably remake these in the future type of things. But it is a good card. This is the type of cards that I expected when it comes to the Secret Lairs. There's just too many that I didn't really enjoy. 2009, when this was the cards that when the 10 got announced for the Secret Lair, I was like, meh, not a big fan. It was the only one out of the 10 that I was like, I'm never going to use, but it's the prettiest one out of the 10, but I'm never going to use it, and I don't want to spend the 150, 160 because I didn't know the price at the time, just for that pretty card. I would like to use my Secret Lairs or use majority of the cards in the Secret Lair. 2010, again, one of the problems with this advent calendar, they're reprinting too many cards that are constantly getting reprinted. Sun Titan is a really good card, but I'm sick of Sun Titan. Every single deck that has white in it has a Sun Titan in it. They are, like it's one of those things where when a deck was coming out, one of the sets this year, I was like, Sun Titan's going to be in it. And then when the deck list came out, Sun Titan was in it. Really good and powerful card, don't get me wrong, but there's just too many Sun Titans. It's too easy to get a Sun Titan, and that's why I don't like the Secret Lair, because I know they don't work on the secondary market, but it's like Sun Titan's super cheap because it's oversaturated. So it's throwing another one in. It's not really worth it, and especially for the price you're paying just for a prettier Sun Titan. I know a lot of people will probably wait and then buy it on the second market if they can. I'm not sure how difficult it will be. 2011 is absolutely perfect. Beautiful card, powerful card, great card for the year, no complaints. Straight on to 2012. Again, 2012 exactly as 2011. 2011 and 2012 are like the perfect examples of what this should have been. 2013 is great. So happy they put a Planeswalker in. I'm sad that they only put 2 Planeswalkers in total though, and then they showed them off. I think they should have had more Planeswalkers in it. However, my problem with this is the same problem because they've done it before and I had to buy it. Well, I didn't have to buy it, but I bought that Secret Lair. My biggest problem is, as a dyslexic person, these cards messed with my head a lot. So I do like the Elspeth. I do like that they put her in. However, I wouldn't have bought it because it's the thing that takes me off that is it's not kind of dyslexic friendly. Even the ones I have, it was Karn, Teferi, and Dovin. I can't remember his name. Whenever I play it, I have one in a deck. I actually have separate in the deck box, so I actually take that one out and read what it does from the other version of Karn that is actually legible for me. But other than that, art's beautiful. It's just the layout I have the biggest problem with. 2014 is, again, I think this is the definition card of how good this is, because the Siege Rhino is a classic when it comes to the tournament. If people don't know, a person won with this card in the tournament and it became huge and the price jumped up with this card. The art is beautiful. It's a known classic card, and this is the definition of how the Secret Lair should have been. 2015 is where all my problems of this set comes into the one card. So one, they should not have picked a cycle card. A cycle should be good for a Secret Lair on its own. It's kind of weird for people that are collectibles or they want to use all 5 of the dragons, and one is prettier than all the others. I think they should not have put this card in and put a secret separate layer of all the Dragon Lords, and it would have probably sold way more than just the single one. The second thing is the art they chose is absolutely beautiful as a Secret Lair on its own. I don't mind that they used it for this. However, imagine this but with all 5 Dragon Lords. So many people would have bought it. The Dragon Lords are a classic when it comes to Magic the Gathering. So the art's beautiful but used in the wrong way. They used a cycle, one card from a cycle. The other problem is they used the least played or least liked one that I know of out of all of them. All the other ones I constantly see. When I go to my local GameStop or all my friends, when they talk about the Dragon Lords or the Dragon Lords become a topic, he's always the one that people like the least. So this is why I think this is probably the weakest card out of all of them. If you disagree, that's completely fine. However, I think they would have probably made a lot more money, which Wizards really likes to do, if they got all the Dragon Lords in this art and put them out as their own Secret Lair. 2016, great card, great art, can't complain. If you want to get it for this reason, go ahead, but I'm just going to go past 2017. My only problem with Bolas is that it's the chibi art, so for the people that like collecting Planeswalkers like myself, and they kind of want to keep all the art together, because I've heard people online say that they collect Planeswalkers, and I do too, and they bought the 2 chibi Secret Lairs for their collection or to use. Now it's going to be difficult if they don't have the money for this just to get one. I think if they were to do Bolas, they should have done a completely different art. Maybe something like the Birthing Pod art I thought would have been better. However, hopefully they're nice enough to put it on the secondary market or sell it as its own, because I say a lot of people that want to collect the chibi art Planeswalkers are going to have a hard time getting this Bolas. 2018 I'm just going to skip because it's a good card. Like, it's great for this Secret Lair. 2019, great for this Secret Lair. It's well known, classic card. 2020 is one of the main reasons I originally wanted this. Absolutely love the card, love the art. It's a bit difficult for me to read, but I will learn what it does off by heart. 2001, my biggest problem with this card is the card selection. There was a lot of good cards that came out in 2001, and they picked this guy. Art's absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure if the artist gets a say in what they pick or not. They might have been like, here is like a selection of 10. Let me know what you think. Again, nothing wrong with the art, but it's just the card selection is very weak when it comes to this one. And then finally, 2002, the year we are currently in, and the year we are nearly ending. And again, I find it to be the weakest. Not the weakest. I find their card selection when it comes to this one is very weak. The art is beautiful. I would like it if they had a Kamigawa Secret Lair with this art when Kamigawa came out. But yeah, no, it was just the card selection for the last 2 years is the weakest. When it comes to the Secret Lair event as a whole, I don't really like it. It's one of those things where I know, and a friend of mine said this to me, they heard it off Olivia, that you usually spend 35, 45 for 3 to 5 cards. So the fact that you're getting 30 cards for the price of 3 secret layers roughly, or 4, is really, really good. And I agree with that. I see that point of view. However, a lot of people don't buy the secret layers they don't want because there's only one card out of the 3 or 4, and they're like, I'm not going to spend the 35 or 45 on that, so I'm not going to get it. And that's what I think this secret layer is. I think they have probably roughly 5 to 12 good cards, and the rest are rather okay to bad. So it's one of those things where it's, if it was probably, I'm going to say 30 to 50 quid cheaper, if they'd done it 100, 120, possibly a lot more people would buy it. But it's one of those things that there's a lot of cards that most people only use out of the 30, maybe 5 to 10, and the rest are only really doing it for the art. And it's one of those things, if you have the spare income to do it for the art, go ahead, because I know if I was drowning in money, I would have just picked it up myself. However, I am not. So when it comes to my personal opinion on this, it's kind of like, if you have the spare income to throw and only want the 5 or 10 cards, go right ahead. But I just don't want 20 pretty cards just laying around my folders, some of my decks. I would rather just buy one secret layer and use 3 to 4 of the cards. So that is my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I've gone through everything I know as a whole. And remember to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Follow me on all my other social media. And I'm hopefully going to make more videos like this, or if there was a topic that I can't do in TikTok short videos, I'm now going to do on here as a bigger full-blown video. So let me know what you think of this so I can continue it on in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video.